بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أفضل المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه الطيبين الطاهرين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي وبعد. It's narrated from Abdullah ibn Umar. He narrates that Abdullah ibn Umar أنه قال أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ضرب بيده على صدر عمر حين أسلم ثم قال اللهم أخرج ما في صدر عمر من غل وأبدله إيمان. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when Umar ibn al-Khattab accepted Islam, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam came, and one of the very first things that he did is he placed his blessed hand on the sadr, the chest of Umar ibn al-Khattab, knowing that there is sometimes issues that sometimes is in the chest of a believer and it has implications. And he just hit it 3 times with his blessed hand, and he said, "Oh Allah, get out any rancor, grudges, ill feelings, anger that's buried in the chest of Umar and replace it with Iman." Now, this hadith shows that sometimes when we have rancor, grudges against people, Iman cannot enter to the heart, cannot be kept by our chest. And the Prophet ﷺ understands that sometimes as human beings, when we interact with each other, things happen. Even among fellow believers, sometimes somebody says a remark, somebody does something, and it's not that nice, and maybe the other person is not even aware that he did this. But sometimes we keep it. Sometimes it goes into my head and goes into my heart. Why did he say that? That was hurtful. And 3-4 months later, it is still there. Now, if I keep accumulating those things, what happened in my chest? My chest and my heart is polluted by things. Sometimes people are a little bit mean, but sometimes people didn't even mean it. How do I get rid of this? I want a clean chest. For Iman to be in my heart, I cannot keep holding grudges, especially over many small things. I'm not speaking about trauma. I'm not speaking about big, real things. I'm speaking in many cases there are mundane things or things that are not that big, but it irks us. And we keep thinking about it, and it bothers our heart, and it reduces our Iman according to this hadith. So the Prophet ﷺ telling us how to deal with this, he ﷺ said, and I want you to understand, like, it's the responsibility. There is 2 things. My responsibility to clean my own heart, and also my responsibility to keep other people's heart clean. I understand that other people sometimes might hurt me and I'm responsible to do something, but also sometimes I hurt other people and I'm completely unaware of it. Completely. The way I looked to someone, the way I said something, and I don't want anybody to be carrying ill feelings and dealing with it and thinking about it because of me. And shaitan comes and keeps, irking this. He's my fellow brother in Islam. So the Prophet ﷺ said, "Tahadu, فإن الهدية تذهب وحر الصدر." Go ahead, give each other gifts. Tahadu tahabu. Gift giving induces love. Give each other gifts. It induces love, and it removes the ill feelings from the chests and the hearts of a believer. Giving small, it doesn't have to be big. Small gifts every now and then. Because I know, even if a person I know and he's my friend, every now and then, do give gifts. Because gifts help. Oh, look what he gave me. Oh, look, this is so nice of him. So if I have done anything, this helps remove it. This hadith is about what? Taking care of the chests of other people. But what about my own self? So the Prophet ﷺ said, صيام شهر رمضان وثلاث أيام من كل شهر يذهبن وحر الصدر. Fasting the month of Ramadan and 3 days every month helps remove any grudges. Right? So this is dealing with something that I hold. So dealing with things that I hold also, that there is a practice, a spiritual exercise that's, I think, very important. And I would do it this way. I need to keep my chest clean myself. So I do the following. Not only clean from grudges, I want to have love for others in my chest. This is what I want to hold in my heart. So they tell you spend 3-4 minutes. You can do that exercise every day. Give me 5 minutes. And you do the following. You sit first, the first 2 minutes, and you sit and bring to your head and to your heart a picture of someone you love, someone you care about. My mother, someone that passed away, my grandfather, my grandmother, someone that I love and cared about me. Just bring their image to their head and imagine them like looking at you. and then start making dua for them. If it's my grandmother, I start to remember, or my grandfather, or my father, may Allah protect everybody that passed away. I remember them and I miss them and I make dua for them. And as I'm making dua, I bring to my head what? It's reaching them and they must be smiling. It can be my son and I'm making dua for Allah to put barakah and Allah to protect him. And Allah maybe to give him a righteous wife or a righteous husband. And then I'm thinking how happy that will make him, and that my dua has an implication. So you'll find your heart is doing what? Smiling. It's 2-3 minutes of what? Goodness. Then another 2 minutes, what do I do in it? I bring into my head a picture of someone that I met this day I don't know. It can be somebody that served me in a restaurant. I don't know the name. The Uber driver that drove me somewhere, right? And I start what? Making dua for them. I'm teaching myself. I make dua for people I don't even know. May Allah guide them. May Allah relieve them. May Allah remove their anxiety. May Allah give them wellness. May Allah give them iman. May Allah protect them, their heart. And again, I'm imagining what? It's good. It's good to have a chest and a heart that cares about people I don't know. I make dua for, but bring the image to the head, right? Then after I practice this week, yani 1 week, I add another 1 minute, maximum 2, of what? Bring to the head a picture of someone that did something, it's a little bit hurtful, not drama, not big traumatic things that are deeply seated. This requires maybe therapy or a very high level of iman. But someone who said something, did something, he's still a good brother, but he did something that's really irking me. And what do? Same thing. I don't want to keep this in my chest, Ya Rabbi. So for that person that did this, Ya Rabbi, please purify his heart. Ya Rabbi, please forgive him. Ya Rabbi, I forgive him, you forgive him. Ya Rabbi, I forgive him, you forgive me. Ya Rabbi, I want a clean chest. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive him and make him, grant him better akhlaq. So I start making dua regularly, every day. The benefit of this is what? Living with a clean chest. Living with iman. This is one way. Like I vacuum my home, I need to vacuum my heart. And one of the ailments that we have is what? The daghal, the injustice that comes to this daghal that comes into my sadr as a result of injustice coming towards me from other people. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us always to be a good influence on others. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us to always give gifts to others. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us and help us clean our own chest so we have clean hearts towards everybody. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.